Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome. We love seeing a full house here. There is extra seats in the back, whoever wants to sit down. Welcome, everybody who is at home. This is August 15th, 2024, the Borough of Allendale Mayor and Council meeting. Linda, will you please call the meeting to order and read the Open Public Meetings Act?
In compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, the notice requirements have been satisfied. The meeting dates for the year are confirmed at the annual meeting, are posted on the public bulletin board in the municipal building and on the borough website, published in the record within the first 10 days of the new year, and copies are sent to the Ridgewood News and Star Ledger. Notice of this meeting by the August 2nd, 2024 Sunshine Notice was sent to the record, the Ridgewood News and Star Ledger, and has been posted on the public bulletin board in the municipal building and borough website. Councilman Delavatio. Councilwoman Homan. Here. Councilwoman Levisolo. Here. Councilman O'Connell.
Here.
Councilman O'Toole.
Here.
Councilman Yakarino.
Here.
Mayor Wozinski.
Here. Everybody, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. So next we're going to go over the agenda review. So first we have a second reading on two different ordinances. The first one is the bond ordinance for the community center. And the second is the second reading for an ordinance supplementing a chapter 26-25 in the code of the Borough of Allendale. And this is to enable new officers an opportunity to move up the ladder by changing some of the eligibility requirements. And then we have introduction of ordinances 24-13. We are updating our smoking ordinance to include no vaping and no cannabis and marijuana in the ordinance. And also we have introduction of ordinance 20-14. Which is to amend the code, Borough of Allendale officers and employees. What we're doing now is actually our Public Safety Committee and our Public Safety led by Chief Mike Dillon took into account all of the children walking to school and are actually going to change some of the crossing guards and some of the stations. So this is just updating it. We're eliminating the lunchtime since the kids aren't allowed actually out at lunch anymore. And actually increasing the salary a little bit. So we're nice and competitive. So next we have our consent agenda. Our consent agenda are regularly routine things that we do in the borough, and they're also enacted by one motion. But I do like to point out some of the excellent work that all of our staff is doing and our council is doing. So let's see, we have, we're authorizing, actually the menorah lighting is coming into town. Also, we are going to go into litigation, a federal litigation lawsuit, and the borough, we will be sending out a letter explaining this more, but this has to do with the fair share housing. So there's a lawsuit with over 60 municipalities right now that we're entering into, and it is really to petition the Fair Share Housing Authority to make other towns, there's about 60 towns that are called urban renewal towns, and to make them included in the fair share application. This has nothing to do with the borough thinking that we don't want any affordable housing. We absolutely do think it is something that's a necessity, but we want it fair and we want it equal to all the other towns that are exempt from it at this point. Let's see, we have approval of our snow plowing agreement with the county. Authorization for our joint insurance fund. And we are actually have a lot of events coming in town. We have some special events. We have our Allendale Fall Festival, and then there's going to be another event at the Red Barn for Friends of the Library. And right now we have all of our Crestwood Lake. Right now we have all of our food trucks, so we're waiving all those fees for them. And lastly, we have our bid for the cell tower. This was actually a lot of work done by many people, and the results for Allendale were amazing. So we are actually now going to own the cell tower space. It's going to be excellent revenue coming in for the borough instead of having a third party. So we went out to bid, and now we have, this is authorizing all the people that that actually won the bids. Okay, so I would like to, at this point, to open it up to the public. So does anybody from the public have any questions or any comments on anything that's on the agenda? Nobody? Okay. All right, so now we're going to go and approve everything. So it'll be quicker.
Maybe.
It'll be quicker, hopefully.
We gotta vote on it, Mayor.
I know, I was very presumptuous on me. First, I'd like to talk about second reading for ordinance 24-11. Linda, can you please read that?
The following ordinance published herewith was first read by title only on July 18, 2024, and posted on the bulletin board of the lobby of the municipal building and borough website. Ordinance 24-11, bond ordinance to appropriate an additional sum of $2,200,000 for the construction of a community center on Crescent Ave in, by, and for the borough of Allendale in the county of Bergen, New Jersey, to make a down payment to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such additional appropriation and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds.
Excellent, thank you. I'd like to open it up to the public. Does anybody from the public have any comments on ordinance 24-11? Not seeing. Do I have a motion?
So moved, Holman.
Second?
Second, Lovasolo?
Councilwoman Homan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilman Yakarino.
Okay, great, thank you. Next, we have ordinance 24-12. Linda, please read the ordinance.
The following ordinance published herewith was first read by title only on July 18, 2024, and posted on the bulletin board of the lobby of the municipal building and borough website. Ordinance 24-12, an ordinance amending and supplement Article 2, Chapter 26-25 of the Code of the Borough of Allendale.
I'd like to open it up to the public. Does anybody from the public have any comments on ordinance 24-12? Not seeing anybody. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Homan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilman Yakarino.
Yes.
All right, next we have introduction of ordinance 24-13. Linda, please read that by title.
Ordinance 24-13, an ordinance to amend Chapter 223 of the Code of the Borough of Allendale to expressly prohibit in public places within the borough, smoke and vaping or aerosoling of cannabis and marijuana.
Do you have to read when it's going to be?
Motion first.
Okay. I have a motion. Do I have a motion to approve ordinance 24-13?
Yes, Holman.
Second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilwoman Homan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilman Yakarino.
Yes.
Ordinance 24-13 has been introduced upon first reading and will be published in the Wednesday, August 21st edition of the record and will be taken up for further consideration and final passage at a regular meeting of the mayor and council on September 5th, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. or as soon thereafter.
Thank you. Next is ordinance 24-14. Do we just do that?
That's where you are.
Next, we have the consent agenda. Do I have a? Oh, I am, okay. Can't talk to me when I'm. Next, we have ordinance 24-14. Please read it.
Ordinance 24-14, an ordinance to amend Chapter 53 of the Code of the Borough of Allendale, officers and employees, to fix the salaries, wages, and compensation of the officers and employees of the Borough of Allendale for the year 2024.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Councilwoman Homan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilman Yakarino.
Yes.
Ordinance 24-14 has been introduced upon first reading and will be published in the Wednesday, August 21st edition of the record and will be taken up further consideration and final passage at a regular meeting of the mayor and council on September 5th, 2024 at 7:30 p.m. or as soon as thereafter.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Linda. Next, we have our consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved. Holman?
Second, please.
Second O'Connell.
Councilwoman Homan,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo,
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell,
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole,
Yes.
Councilman Yakarino.
Abstain 24-13, yes on the balance.
All right, thank you very much. Next, we have our council report. Councilman Yakarino.
Thank you, Mayor. As the Crestwood Lake season seems to be drawing to a close in less than a month here, sadly. We worked very closely with the lake staff throughout the years to identify changes that we can make throughout the year in order to, make changes on the fly, so to speak. And as such, looking at our operations and also how we can improve that going forward. At the end of this season, we'll be meeting with the lake managers to review and discuss the past year, and then also how we can continue making improvements for next year. We're currently finalizing the bid packet for the concession stand and plan to solicit bids by the end of September. We extend our gratitude to all lake members for their continued patience. We really did try our best to offer a variety of options to satisfy our members and really, give that variety to those families that attend the lake. Our summer concert series has been a great success this year. We received very positive feedback, especially with our new additions. Dean Martin joined Frank Sinatra this past Sunday. We had an acoustic musician a couple of weeks ago, and the feedback was overwhelmingly positive that we may look to do something in the fall, something new.
The weather cooperated.
As long as the weather, the weather has been cooperating, thankfully. The Allendale Sports Alliance will be holding a meeting on September 3rd. Councilman Dallicio will be joining us as we discuss updates on the fields, as well as status of fall sports and plans for winter maintenance and the hibernation of fields with turf blankets and things of that nature. Amy, I'm sure you'll mention at your report, the Borough Hall will be closed tomorrow and next Friday for painting of the borough facilities. I'd like to thank Allison for all of her hard work on that. Today, I received word from my contact at the New Jersey Motor Vehicle Association that Real ID appointments are available for our upcoming events in Allendale on September 10th and 11th. We'll be collaborating with Julia, our communication director, to get the information out to borough channels, but at this time, you can make an appointment online for a Real ID for those two dates. This past Sunday, the Allendale Fire Department had their car show. It was a great day and a great event for that. And then finally, I'd like to welcome our two new officers and wish you all the best here now. Thank you, Mayor.
Super. Thank you very much. Councilman O'Connell.
Thank you. I'd like to welcome our two new officers. I do wish you the best. And the only thing I have is our scout, Cyan, working towards her Eagle Scout, is working on her garbage cans. Apparently she got approval. So we're doing 50-50 garbage can recyclables.
All right.
So hopefully she's worried about who's going to transport them. I said, call me. I have them all in a van and we'll drop them off for everyone.
As long as
So
you can
that's
get
all
rid
I
of all
have
those blue ones in the borough before I leave. All righty. Councilwoman Lovasolo.
Thank you, Mayor. So first of all, congratulations to our two new police officers and to your families. We are really proud to welcome you to the Allendale family and are grateful for your service to and the protection of our community. So thank you so much. Our last Land Use Committee meeting was August 1st. It was a very comprehensive meeting. We were able to knock off a few more residential property concerns from our ongoing list. Once again, I'd like to thank our team of professionals who have worked really hard on resolving these various situations. One issue that I really just want to take a minute to remind everyone about is tree cutting. In Allendale, you are limited as to the amount of trees you may cut and remove from your property in a given calendar year. And you must apply for a tree removal permit for large trees and identify the ones that are to be removed. You may not cut down more trees than you've applied to remove without the consent of our construction department. So we ask that you contact Mike or Linda or Anthony in that department with any questions. Ask permission, please. Don't assume you'll be getting forgiveness after the fact, because there are fines associated with cutting and especially clear cutting without approval. We've created Shade Tree Advisory Committee that is up and running and is going to be led by former Councilman Jim Strouch in town. I'll be meeting with the committee the beginning of September as they assist the borough and our DPW in identifying any hazardous trees along our streets and roads and also identifying our shade trees. The Finance, HR, and Admin Committee meeting this week has been postponed, but as always, our great Finance Department continues to safeguard the fiscal accountability of our borough departments and our community. The Green Team will start meeting again in September. Reach out to Chairperson Mark Savastano with any questions. Just a quick update on Lee Memorial Library. Summer reading programs for adults, children, and teens are in full swing. If you haven't signed up yet, you can still do so. Go to the library's spiffy new website and look for their summer reading links. The library has started its annual summer fling with a book event. There's a jazz exercise class on August 22nd, a whole slew of fun kids and tweens activities, including make your own candy jar and so much more. Go check out their website. And we look forward to a Family Day fundraiser for the library at the Red Barn at Crestwood on Saturday, September 7th from 11 to 2. And that's it.
All right, excellent. Thank you. Councilwoman Homan.
All right. Well, again, congratulations to our new officers and thank you to all of our officers that are always out and about in Allendale. And I look forward to seeing new officers on the streets. And as far as the water, Veolia continues to be moving along with the lead and copper digs in town. I know it can be inconvenient to residents, but it is initiated to meet the NJDEP lead and copper rule. And should anybody have any concerns where their lawn isn't being repaired or something like that, they are welcome to email me. My email is on the Allendale website. And we've had some communications with the BPU, and we're initiating dialogue with Veolia concerning the manner in which they are implementing tariffs in town in relation to the APA. So that will be more information to come. Sewers, myself and Andy met with the Ramsey Borough Administrator and Assistant Sewer Director to discuss just our process in handling the sewers going forward since we accept sewage from Ramsey. So that was a great start to our plan for 2024-25. And I had a great time watching the Olympics. Hopefully everybody did. It reminded me just like how awesome Allendale is with our 4th of July races and such like. I loved seeing the world races. It was wonderful. Such good sportsmanship.
I love.
And that's my
Thank you very much. Councilman O'Toole.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to keep it quick because I know better than to leave a room full of cops waiting. The Public Safety Committee met last week during what turned into a torrential downpour, during which we discussed various matters around town, including, as the mayor mentioned, crossing guards for the upcoming school year, truck traffic through downtown, and of course, our downtown parking situation. We also discussed some community projects that some of our officers have taken on, like the Junior Police Academy under Sergeant Acevedo, which graduated their recruits at the end of July, and Sergeant Hillgardner's upcoming Heart and Soul group, which is a part of Girls on the Run. That begins next month, and spots are very limited, so anyone interested should sign up soon. At our last meeting, I announced that the Gary Letizia Memorial Blood Drive will once again take place at the Firehouse. This one is going to be on September 26th from 1 until 7. However, we have a new partner for this drive. The AB&G has asked to be a part of it. They will be offering a pint for a pint. So if you donate a pint of blood, you'll get a glass of beer, wine, or soda. And finally, I'd just like to take a minute to welcome Officers Warbrick and Wanamaker to the family. Having had the opportunity to participate in the hiring process with David and Kyle, I can honestly say that Allendale is very fortunate to be adding them to the force this evening. So congratulations and welcome aboard.
Super. All right. Staff reports. Our clerk, Linda Servino.
Thank you, Mayor. I have nothing to report from the clerk's office, but I do want to congratulate new officers and welcome them to the Borough of Allendale.
All righty. Our Chief of Police, Mike Dillon.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So thank you to the Mayor and Council for their unwavering support of the Police Department. For those of you who are counting, these hires tonight are new officer number 9 and 10 in the past 2 years. For a department, 17 officers, that's quite a change. I truly believe that we as a group have brought the most professional, talented, and compassionate group of officers to our residents.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I agree. And our Borough Attorney, Ray West.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll keep it quick. In addition to the ordinances and resolutions on tonight's agenda, we've been working on the cell tower issue, which is reaching some profitable culmination for the borough. Working with our good friends at the PBA on some pending labor issues, which hopefully will get sorted out shortly. Involvement with Saddle River on, and Councilwoman Homan was mentioning the Ramsey Sewer Agreement. We're still working through some issues with Saddle River regarding their projects that are being built there and their sewer flow through Allendale. Water utility, we had our biweekly meeting earlier this morning with Veolia, progressing on the recordation of easements and putting some other issues in order. I did mention, I think at the last meeting, that our environmental litigation with PK, next week I will be taking the third deposition of the principals of PK, and that in September there's a settlement conference, and we'd like to think that it'll be a good faith discussion and maybe a resolution of the issue. Those are the major matters.
All right, thank you very much. And then I'll give my mayor's report. First, I have to say happy birthday to Lillian Thomas. It's her 100th birthday today. People who know Lily and Styles Thomas, they are Allendale icons, Allendale gems. Lily actually was also very involved in preserving the celery farm as well as Styles. And all of her work to preserve the wetlands. So there's additional 20 acres of wetlands that were very environmentally sensitive. And she actually worked with the Passaic River Coalition, who now owns them. So appropriately, we actually named them. So if you go down, named them after her. So if you go down Powell Avenue, you can actually see the Lily Thomas Wetland Preserve. So happy birthday to Lily Thomas, 100 years today. And also 210 West Crescent. If anybody is following me on Instagram or Facebook, there are some updates today. The gym is looking amazing. The community room is looking amazing. So we are going to have in about a month a meeting with a town meeting with stakeholders from all the volunteer organizations to get a sense of how they want to use the room. And then, the whole community center. And then we will be having our internal meetings to figure out how we're going to schedule all that. It's all state of the art. There's no keys. It's all electronic. So we're going to have a lot of training and hopefully it'll be a smooth transition. So it's going to be a wonderful addition to the borough. Fair share housing. I am going to constantly continue to talk about this. It's always top of mind for everybody at the borough. We are, anxiously awaiting our numbers that are coming out very soon in October. Concurrently, we are working on a hazard vulnerability study. What this does is it looks at the entire borough. It looks at how the borough has been impacted by weather in the past couple of years, probably past 10 years. And it just gives a good assessment of what can be built on. And it really should give a lot of data, and hopefully that will be taken into consideration. I'd like to congratulate Chief Dillon on the Chief's Achievement Award. So this is a program he was cited for his programs and initiatives as police chief, his training education, including his master's in emergency management, plus acknowledged for being an EMT, volunteer firefighter, and borough's emergency management coordinator. We have communications constantly and everything that you're trying to do with the department. And as Councilman O'Toole mentioned, all the community outreach, it's just amazing. We're going to be having our second coffee with the mayor and cop soon, so I look forward to that. So thank you for all of your work. And our DPW department has a lot of new hires. We actually had one on the council meeting last time, and then we had our new mechanic this time. So that department, we've been really working hard to get that in shape. And then as Chief Dillon mentioned, we now have officers 9 and 10. So congratulations to David and Kyle, and I will have the honor of swearing them in momentarily. Soon, I swear, it's coming to an end, the meeting. Couple more things we have to do. Okay. So next we have any unfinished or new business. Next, I'd like to open up the meeting for public comments on any matter. Does anybody have any comments on any matter? Come on up. State your name and address, please.
Gabriel K, 104 Schuyler Road. I just wanted to come up here and give a thank you to the mayor and the council for allowing me to intern with you guys this summer. It's really been a key experience for me. I've learned a lot about how our local government works and some of the legal aspects of it, especially around fair share housing. So I'm really, really happy that you guys approved the legislation today to go and try to sort this out. So just want to thank you guys. It's been a pleasure.
Gabe, we're actually really lucky to have you.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of work for the borough. I really appreciate how you work. All right. So next we have our swearing in of our police officers. Here we go. Resolution 24-216, authorize hiring of a new police officer. So first we're going to bring up David Joseph Warbrick.
Motion?
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Councilwoman Homan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo?
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell?
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole?
Yes.
Councilman Yakarino?
Pleasure.
Come on up. Yep. I need to read.
Oh.
Yes, please, all your family. come up to
Everybody.
come. We need somebody to Bible. Absolutely. Family affair. Everybody can do it.
Thank you. Amy, if you want to.
Yes. Would you like to apply? I state your name.
I, David Warbrick,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of a police officer
all the duties of a police officer
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I can't make it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Everyone look at Lieutenant Tom. There we go.
Quiet class. Quiet.
I know. So I do this so I don't have to go back. I've learned.
That makes sense.
All right, next we have resolution 24-17, authorizing hiring of police officer Kyle Wanamaker. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second, please.
Second.
Councilwoman Homan?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lovasolo?
Yes.
Councilman O'Connell?
Yes.
Councilman O'Toole?
Yes.
Councilman Yakarino?
Yes.
All right. Okay, I state your name.
I, Kyle Wanamaker,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all the duties of a police officer
all the duties of a police officer
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Mayor, move back in. And go, oh, beautiful.
Mom, stay there, stay there. We got a picture with you and the mayor and the police chief. If you bear with me one more time, just cell phone photo, there we go. Thank you, everybody.
Congratulations.
Oh, good. Congratulations. Welcome.
Congratulations.
Hi, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you.
Okay. I got up out of this one. Very moved too. Very moved too.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah, that's mine.
All right. Well, congratulations again. And I don't know if anybody told you, but our Allendale residents love our police officers. So you're going to be very welcome here by all the residents as well as the mayor and council. Motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. There's some refreshments in the room right next door if anybody wants to just hang out for a bit or whatever.
Or not.
Or not.
All right, Amy.
They may have to.
Come on. You've been amazing.
Oh,
It's not